top of the stretch now for race number 1, our first of 8 live races this afternoon. We have run them down off the inside. Steve Downey, Ultimate Blessing, and Todd Trites from post 2, then Woodmere Humdinger, post 3, and Jill Barrio. Then from 4, Camco Minx, Mark Haig. From 5 on the big dog, Gord Hennessy, Orally Yours, Lonnie Stokes, Camco Miranda, and Sam Hodgin. Here they come. Off and pacing, an Ultimate Blessing busting out of there for the lead, Orally Yours. On the outside is 3 wide around the turn, run them down, got away well to the inside, and he's right there, third, and they're stacked 3 wide to the opening quarter. Then Camco Minx got away racing in 4th, Woodmere Humdinger 5th, then racing 6th on the inside. I'm the big dog, and trailing Camco Miranda, and the filly has got the lead now. Orally Yours on top, Lonnie Stokes, and leads a length and a quarter. That opening quarter, 30-3, Orally Yours. Then up tight second, Ultimate Blessing. Then racing back in 3rd, run them down. Racing 4th, Camco Minx. Woodmere Humdinger waiting for some cover, and gets some now as Camco Minx makes a move. Woodmere Humdinger follows the cover from 5th. Then racing 6 outside, Camco Miranda, and trailing is I'm the Big Dog as they approach the stand. First time around, and your leader up top. And cutting it, Orally Yours. Camco Minx up to challenge second, 102 and 2 the half as they round the turn. Orally Yours, Ultimate Blessing right there second. Then racing 3rd on the outside, driving up. That is Camco Minx, and Woodmere Humdinger second over from 4th, and racing on now. She's tipping out 3 wide. Then racing inside, run them down. Camco Miranda, and trailing the field is I'm the Big Dog. Past the 3/4, Orally Yours, and Stokes goes to work on her. 3/4, 133-3 around the turn. Orally Yours, Woodmere Humdinger on the outside. Inside 3rd, Ultimate Blessing needs some racing room. Then run them down on the outside. Camco Minx 5th and 8th to go. Orally Yours. Orally Yours moving out here. Ultimate Blessing's going to get a shot here late. Down deep in the home stretch. It's going to be Orally Yours. And holding off Ultimate Blessing. Just couldn't get enough room in time. And flew down the home stretch. Time for the mile, 2:02 and 2. Orally Yours. And her undefeated streak remains intact. Orally Yours. And coming back to victory lane, the winner of race number 1, number 6, Orally Yours, a 2-year-old daughter of Cammie Best. Out of the quick comeback mare, Lewinsky, owned by Dr. Hugh Baird. He trains the filly, Lonnie Stokes aboard, and she's perfect so far in her career, 2 for 2, as we welcome St. John Councillors Carl Killen and Joe Maude in the winner's circle. Take part in the presentation, and the winner of race number 1, Orally Yours. Stutters for the second race are moving in. Field of 5, claiming pacers. Behind the gate, Daya Harlaka and Todd Trites. And from post 2, Longworth Legacy and Sam Hodgin. Post 3, Pictonian Best West and Jill Barrio. Then Heron Bay from post 4, and Mark Haig into the outside, J.K. Shadow and Lonnie Stokes. Field of 5, here they come. They are off and pacing. Heron Bay steps out for the lead. Daya Harlaka on the inside going for it, but Heron Bay clears into the first turn. Then Daya Harlaka second. Longworth Legacy back in 3rd. Then it's back to Pictonian Best West. Got away racing in 4th and trailing 5th, J.K. Shadow. On way to the opening quarter, and your leader up top is Heron Bay. Heron Bay, then Daya Harlaka, and the pace starts to let go a little bit here as Haig trying to get a little breather off the front, 29 and 4. that opening quarter, and it's Heron Bay, and that'll bring the field out and chasing now. And on the outside, Pictoni and Best West will try it first up this afternoon. Then Daya Harlaka racing third. Then Longworth Legacy. J.K. Shadow will try it from fifth as they move past the 3/8 through the stretch. Racing to the half, and Heron Bay tough off the front, and that's where she is today. Pictoni and Best West on the outside second. Then Daya Harlaka has a great trip right there, the half in a minute and 1/5, 30-2 in the second quarter. And they're neck and neck for the lead. Heron Bay inside, Pictoni and Best West with a first up challenge, and he's a bit rough there. Then racing third, Daya Harlaka, J.K. Shadow on the outside. And he's driving now to fourth, Longworth Legacy fifth. On to the 3/4 they go, Heron Bay. Then Pictoni and Best West is being stubborn, and he's still right there. 3/4, 1:31 even around the turn. And your leader up top is Heron Bay. Pictoni and Best West starts to show signs of tiring, and Daya Harlaka, this may work out for him, and he's on the inside. Down the lane, it's Heron Bay. She's the one to beat still. Heron Bay. Then Daya Harlaka is going to come up the inside. They're in deep stretch, Heron Bay. And as predicted, they're not going to beat her today off the front. And Pictoni and Best West. What a game effort for him right there, and Daya Harlaka. But Heron Bay wins at 2:01-1. And parading back now, the winner of race number 2, number 4, Heron Bay. Heron Bay, an 8-year-old daughter of Life Sign out of the No Nukes mare, Taylor Reed Q. All by Brian Foster of Barnesville. He does the training. Mark Haig in the driver's seat. And 5 wins from 11 starts this season for Heron Bay. And having a great campaign. She won 4 last year, and she's ahead of that total so far this season. So Heron Bay scores another gate-to-wire effort. Couldn't catch her in the home stretch. And the mile 2:01-1. And that equals her best output in the last 2 years. So she's 1:2:01 this year and last year. And she equals it again this afternoon. And the starters for our third race moving in. Behind the gate with Ocean Pacific, All-American Dazzle, Rapid Cane, Ed, and Eddie. We'll see our Dolly Dance, Port Hill Digger, and Stagecoach Gambler. A field of 7 as they round the turn at the top of the stretch. Field of 7. Purse of $900. Here they come. They're off and pacing. All-American Dazzle busting for the lead. So is Rapid Cane firing out of there. Then we'll see our Dolly Dance. Cutaway racing in 4th, and Ocean Pacific back in 5th. Or 4th rather, than getting away 5th on the outside. And driving up, that is Port Hill Digger. Then back to 6th, Ed, and Eddie. And trailing the field, Stagecoach Gambler. All-American Dazzle looking good on here early. And he's on the front by 2. Rapid Cane is 2nd. Then we'll see our Dolly Dance 29-2. Then it's back to Ocean Pacific back in 4th. Then Port Hill Digger gapped out a bit more in 5th. Then Ed, and Eddie 6th. Then Stagecoach Gambler trails the field as they move past the 3/8. All-American Dazzle, and the 3-year-old is on top by a length and a half. Still Rapid Cane, and here comes Ocean Pacific. On the outside, going up, and now 3rd, now 2nd, and chasing the leader. Then we'll see our Dolly Dance, Port Hill Digger out to move. Then Ed, and Eddie, and trailing the field. That's Stagecoach Gambler. The half, a quick 59 and 4 as they go into the turn and hit the 5/8 now. All-American Dazzle, but not for long. Ocean Pacific on the outside is taken over and clearing already here with All-American Dazzle second. Port Hill Digger, then Rapid Cane, Ed, and Eddie as they pass the 3/4, and they were there in 1:30 flat, and it's Ocean Pacific. Then All-American Dazzle is racing second, Port Hill Digger third, then Rapid Cane inside fourth, outside Ed, and Eddie fifth, and we'll see our Dolly Dance and Stagecoach Gambler down the lane, and it's all Ocean Pacific in the home stretch. Ocean Pacific, and what a turnaround on this horse, and he's got his third in a row. Rapid Cane has the deuce, and All-American Dazzle was third. And he's beat the 2 minutes today, 1:59 and 2. Ocean Pacific continuing to impress. The mile in 1:59 and 2. And that is And back to the winner's circle. Winner of race number 3, number 1, Ocean Pacific. He's a 6-year-old gelded son of Jenna's Beach Boy out of the goalie Jeff Mayer designing Dara. Owned by Mel Blanchard, who does the training. Sam Hodgen in the driver's seat. And they have been a great combination over the last 3 starts and lowering his record each week. And today he's gone under the 2-minute trip here today, 1:59 and 2. Ocean Pacific here in race number 3, and horse just keeps getting better every week. So again, a great buy for Mel Blanchard. Ocean Pacific beats him here, 59 and 2. Top of the stretch for the 4th race. And we have UK Bluegrass, Wayne Hubbard, Lucky Northern Star, Todd Trites, My Donna, and Sam Hodgen. Then Festus Camby, Mark Haig, Tisha's Pit Pony, and Jill Barrio. Then Hillbilly Billy, Gord Hennessy, and the outside now by Buddy Mark and Gerald Legier. Field of 7, here they come. They are off and pacing. Lucky Northern Star, Bus for the lead on the inside. That is UK Bluegrass going out of there quickly as well. And UK Bluegrass has the lead. Then on the outside, racing second, Lucky Northern Star backs off. Then Hillbilly Billy gets in tight to the 3-hole. On the outside, My Buddy Mark now goes to third. Hillbilly Billy is racing fourth. Then it's My Donna fifth. Tisha's Pit Pony on the move. And trailing the field fastest can be as they move past that opening quarter, 29 and 4. 29 and 4 opener. And it's UK Bluegrass down the highway here and leading a length and a half. Then racing second, uptight Lucky Northern Star. And here comes Hillbilly Billy on the outside. Then My Buddy Mark. Tisha's Pit Pony is still out. Now she's got some cover to work with. And she's on the outside from fifth. Then My Donna, shuffle back sixth. Then Fastest Cam. He's going to take the outside route as well as they pass the half. And they were there in 1 minute flat, or minute and 3/5 around the turn, minute 3/5 half. UK Bluegrass, Lucky Northern Star. Then My Buddy Mark looks for racing room. Outside Hillbilly Billy. Then Tisha's Pit Pony on the outside from fifth. My Donna 6 and Fastest Can Be trails. And they're only about 4.5 lengths separate the field here. And they're bunched. And now Lucky Northern Star plop from the 2-hole and she's taken over. 3/4 1. 32 and 2, and the leader Lucky Northern Star and Rockin' Todd goes to work on the mare out by 2.5 and making it more with 1/8 of a mile to go. Lucky Northern Star looking for the upset here. Right now the battle for second, Tisha's Pit Pony on the far outside, and watch for Fastest Can Be. Is he ever flying on the outside? And he's going to get up for the deuce, but it's Lucky Northern Star, and gets the upset here. Lucky Northern Star over Fastest Can Be, and the time for the mile 2:03 and 1. 2:03 and 1. Lucky Northern Star, and Trites gets the job done here. And back to the winner's circle. Winner of the fourth race, number 3, Lucky Northern Star, daughter of Northern Luck. Out of the log mare, Bonneville Hanover, owned by Roger Nelson. Trained by Andrew the Man Ward, and he scores here with Lucky Northern Star and Todd Trites in the driver's seat. And Todd, 82 wins now on the season in the Maritimes, having an outstanding year. 82 wins and leads the Maritimes in that category. So Todd again scoring here with Lucky Northern Star. And the Studders now behind the gate here in the fifth race. $2,000 claimers going for a purse of $800 and a field of 7. Golden Days has the inside post, and Gilberto, then Bandit Colleen, and Gord Hennessy, Falcons Quick, and Mark Haig. Then Consider Me Lucky, Todd Trites. Jacob, Gerald Legier. Dillinger's Lady, Sam Hodgen. Dusty Lane, Oscar to the outside, and Lonnie Stokes. 7 Studders, here they come. They are off. Consider Me Lucky, busting out for the lead. Golden Days on the inside, going for it as they round the first turn. And Jacob on the far outside has it now. Then Consider Me Lucky is now parked out. Golden Days along the inside, and she's trying to keep Jacob out as well. Then Trites took Plan B and goes back in the 3-hole. Then Bandit Colleen got away in 4th. Falcons Quick, followed by Dillinger's Lady, and trailing the field, Dusty Lane, Oscar, and Gerald Legier is set up shop on the lead here. 29 and a 5th by that opening quarter. Then Golden Days second, and the backfield in motion. Here comes Bandit Colleen on the move. Then Consider Me Lucky getting boxed in. Here comes Falcons Quick out to move. Then Dillinger's Lady, and out to move as well from the back, Dusty Lane, Oscar through the stretch, racing to the half mile. Jacob on top. Then Bandit Colleen and Golden Days are side by side, as are Falcons Quick and Consider Me Lucky. Then the 2 trailers are Dillinger's Lady, Dusty Lane, Oscar, the half, and an even 1 minute flat. 30 and 1 in the second quarter, led by Jacob. He's out by a length and a quarter. He's got company coming though, and the backfield quickly in motion and up to second now, and driving for the lead. Hill on the outside, driving for it. And that's Gordy Hennessy and Bandit Colleen. Then inside, Golden Days. No racing room for her as yet. Then Dusty Lane, Oscar on the outside, way wide, driving up 3 wide from 4th and going on 131 and 2 past the 3/4. And what a bunched field as they round the turn. And you can certainly throw a blanket over this field with 1/8 of a mile to go. And showing on top now, Bandit Colleen. Dusty Lane, Oscar on the outside. Jacob is still there on the inside. And Jacob trying to go all the way here. And he's going to do it. Jacob wins it. And wire-to-wire victory for Jacob. And the time for the mile, 2:02 and 3. It's Lucky Legier and Jacob. And coming back to the winner's circle now, your unofficial winner of the 5th race, number 5, Jacob, and he's a 6-year-old Roan Gelding. by Blissful Hall out of the Log Mare Salt Shaker. All by Kenny Fudge and Dave Mitchell, trained by Travis Fowler. Gerald Legier in the driver's seat. Jacob now 9 wins on the season. And this afternoon equaling his fastest trip of the year, 2:02 and 3. Jacob takes the 5th race here in the 2 claimers, 2:02 and 3. Congratulations. And the Stutters behind the gate now. Race 6 once again. We have Always Jarwa, Wayne Hubbard, Island Power, and Jill Barrio. No Thoughts of Her Own, Ricky Collins, Diamond Heart, and Mark Haig. Holiday Moon, Sam Hodgen, Island Pride, and Lonnie Stokes. Freestone Lexi, Gerald Legier, and Salzbrook Dandy, and Todd Trites. Field of 8 here in race 6. Here they come. They're off and pacing. No Thoughts of Her Own going for it. So is Island Power. Always Jarwa on the inside. They are wide around this turn. And your leader, Always Jarwa on the inside. Then Island Power in between them. No Thoughts of Her Own. 3 wide at this point. Up the backside. Then Diamond Heart is right there, 4th. Salzbrook Dandy now on the outside. He goes to 4th. Then on the inside, right there as well is Island Pride. Then it's back to Holiday Moon. And trailing the field, Freestone Lexi, 30 and 3. That opening quarter, Always Jarwa. Island Power on the outside. Racing 2nd. He's getting parked here. Then Diamond Heart. Now what a nice trip he's getting right along the 3-hole. Then on the outside, No Thoughts of Her Own driving up 4th. Then 5th, Island Pride, Salzbrook Dandy. He's been out all the way, and he is a 6th. Then it's back to Freestone Lexi, and Holiday Moon. He is going to try it from the backpack as they were past the half in 1 minute and 1/5 around the turn. And your leader up top is Always Jarwa cutting it here. Island Power on the outside. Then Diamond Heart is right there, and he's getting the best trip of them all. Then Salzbrook Dandy tips out 3 wide, and he's driving up from 5th, going on now 4th, now 3rd, and on the outside he's now 2nd and going for the lead. Always Jarwa, Salzbrook Dandy. On the outside comes to call 2nd, 3/4, 1:32 and 3. Always Jarwa on the inside, trying to turn away. Salzbrook Dandy, and on a break, Freestone Lexi. The inquiry quickly goes up. Watch for Diamond Heart, folks. He's right in the thick of things here down the lane, and it's Always Jarwa, Salzbrook Dandy on the outside. Diamond Heart on the far outside. Always Jarwa looking to go all the way, and it looks like he did. Always Jarwa, Salzbrook Dandy, and Diamond Heart. 2:2 and 3 the mile. Look like Always Jarwa. And back to the winner's circle, the unofficial winner of race 1, or race 6 rather, number 1, Always Jarwa. 6-year-old son of Liz Ryan out of the Stargaze Hanover mare. It's Van and Star, owned by Lucy St. Amour and Wayne Hubbard. Lucy does the training, Wayne Hubbard in the driver's seat. And it's win 3 for Always Jarwa and a season's best trip of 2:02 and 3. Always Jarwa here in the 6th. The mile 2:02 and 3. And the Stutters for the 7th race. In behind the gate, the stable entry. Here's how we score out, though. Racklin Fine Line. He's got the inside. Todd Trites and Magnetic Banka from 2. Bert and Bert from post 3. Then Jarwa from post 4. Pitbull Hanover from post 5. Then Everybody Loves Raymond from 6. Just a reminder, 7. And OB Viking has the 8-hole this afternoon in our top class. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Good start. Magnetic Banka busting out for it. So is Jarwa on the outside as they round the turn. And Jarwa on the outside vying for the lead. Magnetic Banka has it. Jarwa on the outside. He's racing second, then racing third on the inside. And tight quarters there. And as they make their way to the opening quarter and forced so on the outside, that is Burt and Burt to go on. Then on the inside, Jarwa. Then Rackland Fine Line racing fourth, Pitbull Hanover. Then Everybody Loves Raymond. Back to the two trailers, just a reminder, OB Viking. That opening quarter, 29 seconds flat. And in control of his own destination here is Magnetic Banka off the front end. Then Burt and Burt getting roughed up on the outside second. Then right there third on the inside is Jarwa. Outside, driving up, here comes Pitbull Hanover, Rackland Fine Line. He's also getting boxed in as well. Then on the outside comes Everybody Loves Raymond, just a reminder. And a trailing OB Viking makes a move. They were by the half, 59-3. Magnetic Banka out by a length and a half again. Then racing second, Jarwa. Third to Rackland Fine Line. And he's giving chase now from the 3-hole. And there he goes, out from third. Then racing fourth on the inside. Just a reminder, Burt and Burt starts to let go. Then Everybody Loves Raymond, OB Viking, Pitbull Hanover, Magnetic Banka under a Barrio urging drive here. 3/4 in 1:29-2. Magnetic Banka, Rackland Fine Line on the outside. Comes to second, then Jarwa third. We do remind you the inquiry is up. Down the lane, it's Magnetic Banka, Rackland Fine Line. Then third, Jarwa, and they're not beating Benny today. And another makeshift two saddlecloth in the 7th race delivers as a win here. Magnetic Banka, Rackland Fine Line, and Jarwa. There were 4 across the track for 4th. And the time for the mile, quickest of the afternoon, 1:58-3, Magnetic Banka. And back to the winner's circle, winner of race number 7, number 2, Magnetic Banka. 8-year-old gelded son of Happy Family of the Tyler B. mare Magic Puff, owned by Ray Frazier of Moncton. Trained and driven by Gilles Barrio. And now 47 career wins for this veteran pacer. And today, quickest mile of the afternoon, 1:58-3, Magnetic Banka. Going all the way here, gate to wire fashion. And the mile, 1:58-3, now 47 career wins for Magnetic Banka. Top of the stretch now for race 8. Jig Time Silencer, Sam Hodgen. Wild Cherry, Gilles Barrio. Talking about My Boy and Todd Trites. West Gem Princess, Gerald Legier. Shady Martin, Gordy Hennessy. Tigress Colleen and Wayne Hubbard. Materialism, Mark Haig. Ryan's Fancy, and Lonnie Stokes. Field of 8 here in race number 8. Here they come. They're off and pacing on the inside. Jig Time Silencer firing out of there. Then Wild Cherry gets away racing in second around the turn. Then Tigress Colleen is wide on the outside. Talking about My Boy takes over third. Then racing fourth now, that's West Gem Princess. And Wild Cherry's going to make an early move here and go for the lead. Jig Time Silencer has it. Wild Cherry on the outside goes for it and takes the lead now. Wild Cherry, Jig Time Silencer in the 2-hole. And check this out, 29-2 the opening quarter. And it's now Wild Cherry, Jig Time Silencer right on the helmet second. Then talking about My Boy, West Gem Princess. Shady Martin on the move. Materialism also moving. Then it's back to the two trailers, Tigress Colleen and Ryan's Fancy. And there's lots of action up front there early. And Wild Cherry. And she's on top, leading a length and a quarter. And right there, Jig Time Silencer right up against the helmet. and they were by the half, and even 59 seconds flat. Around the turn they go. Wild Cherry then racing second is Jig Time Silencer. Back to Talking About My Boy. Then West Gem Princess, Shady Martin, Materialism. Tigress, Colleen, and Ryan's Fancy onto the 3/4, and Wild Cherry is on top and out by 2. Then Jig Time Silencer staying with her though, and now she moves out again by 2.5. 3/4, 129 and 3. 129 and 3, the third panel, and it's Wild Cherry, Jig Time Silencer, only a length and a half off. Then Talking About My Boy, West Gem Princess. Down the home stretch, here comes Jig Time Silencer, out to challenge Wild Cherry through the lane. Wild Cherry, though, too much, and the classy mare shows her heels to the field here and wins it. Jig Time Silencer, and for third, Talking About My Boy. And the time for the mile, an even 2 minutes flat, her best win in 2 years. Wild Cherry, 2 minutes flat. And back to the winner's circle, winner of race 8, number 2, Wild Cherry. Wild Cherry is a 7-year-old daughter of Chill Factor out of the Big Towner mare, Lowella Hanover, owned by Tommy Gunn of St. John, trained and driven by Gilles Barrio. And for Wild Cherry, that's career win number 34 for the mare, and she wins this afternoon. Best trip in 2 years for the mare, 2 minutes flat. Wild Cherry here in the 8.